I came home from the hospital to find my bedroom empty. Not just cleaned. Empty. The furniture Martha and I had picked out 37 years ago. Gone. Her jewelry box from our honeymoon in Maine. Gone. The quilt her grandmother made. The photos from our mantel. The books I'd been reading. All of it. Just gone. Rachel was in the kitchen, drinking coffee from one of Martha's cups, the ones with the violets. "Where's my furniture?" she smiled. Warm, like she was doing me a favor. "We donated it, Dad. Well, most of it. Some things we had to trash. They were just so old." Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. I'd only been gone 4 days. Gallbladder surgery. Nothing major. Tyler, my son, had driven me to the hospital Thursday morning. Said he'd check on the house while I recovered. I should have known better. Rachel had been pushing the downsize conversation for 6 months. Ever since Martha died. Always started the same way. How big the house was. How much work. How I was all alone in there. Never came right out and said what she meant. But I knew. Tyler and Rachel lived in a 1,500 square foot rental with their 2 kids. Paid $2,100 a month. My house. 4 bedrooms, paid off. In a neighborhood where property values had tripled since 1986. "You donated my furniture." My voice came out flat. The pain meds were still in my system. Made everything feel distant. "We got you new stuff. Much better for your back. The hospital said you'd need proper support during recovery." She gestured toward my bedroom. I walked down the hall, slowly. The incisions pulled with each step. My room looked like a hotel. White metal bed frame. Cheap. One of those foam mattresses in a box. Particle board dresser. The kind that comes flat packed. "Where's Martha's jewelry box?" "Oh." Rachel's smile flickered. Just for a second. "That old wooden thing? It was falling apart, Dad. We got you a nice organizer from Target." "Where is it?" "We threw it out. It was broken." It wasn't broken. Martha's father had made it. Walnut, dovetail joints, brass hinges he'd polished by hand. 63 years old and solid as the day he'd finished it. What about her clothes? "Goodwill. Dad, she's been gone 8 months. You have to move on eventually." I stood there in the doorway, hands shaking, not from the surgery. "The quilt, the one on our bed. Where is it?" Rachel pulled out her phone, started scrolling. "That ratty old thing? We tossed it. It had holes." It had one small hole. From when our cat Pepper had snagged it in 1994. Martha had meant to patch it, never got around to it. Used to joke that it gave the quilt character. Her grandmother had made it. Spent 2 years on it. Wedding gift. Every stitch by hand. "You threw it away." "Dad, it was falling apart. We got you a nice new comforter. Microfiber. Much easier to wash." I could feel it building in my chest. Hot and sharp. "The photos. From the mantel. Where?" "We packed those up. They were making the place feel so cluttered. We're creating a nice, clean environment for your recovery." "I want them back. They're in storage. We'll get them eventually. Right now, you need to focus on healing. All that stuff was just weighing you down." She said it like she believed it, like she'd done something generous. "Tyler knew about this?" "Of course. He helped. We worked all weekend getting the place ready for you." I walked to the living room. My chair was gone, the leather recliner I'd bought in 1989. Worn smooth from 23 years of reading. The side table where I kept my coffee. Martha's bookshelf. They'd put in a new couch. Gray fabric. Modern. The kind you see in catalogs. "How much did this cost?" "Don't worry about that. We used the credit card you gave Tyler for emergencies." The one I'd given him 3 years ago. For actual emergencies. Car trouble, kid gets sick, that kind of thing. "How much?" Rachel waved her hand. "Like 4,000, maybe 5. We got everything on sale. You should be thanking us." My vision narrowed. The pain in my side felt distant now. Everything felt distant except the rage building behind my ribs. You spent $5,000 on my credit card while I was in surgery. For you, Dad, we did this for you. You threw away my wife's things while I was unconscious. Your dead wife's things. Rachel's voice shifted, less warm. She's gone, Dad. You're alive. You have to live in the present. I stared at her, really looked at her. 29 years old, yoga pants and a top that cost more than my weekly grocery bill. Nails done, hair highlighted. Tyler worked in IT, made decent money. Rachel didn't work. Said the kids needed her at home, but they could afford a house if they wanted. Just not the house they wanted. Not in the neighborhood they wanted, not like mine. Get out. What? Get out. Rachel laughed. Actually laughed. Dad, you just got home from the hospital. You can't be alone. We're staying here to take care of you. I didn't ask you to stay. The doctor said you needed supervision for at least a week. Then I'll hire someone. Don't be ridiculous. She pulled out a casserole dish. I made dinner, chicken and rice. Hospital food is terrible. You must be starving. She was right. I was starving. Hadn't eaten since breakfast before surgery. But I'd choke before I ate her food. Where's Tyler? At work. He'll be home at 6. I looked at the clock. 2:47 p.m. 3 hours. I went to my bedroom, the new bedroom, sat on the foam mattress. It compressed under my weight with a soft wheeze. Pulled out my phone. My hands were steadier than I expected. I opened my banking app, found the credit card, the one I'd given Tyler. The charges went back weeks. $347 at Home Goods. March 3rd, 2 weeks before my surgery. $892 at West Elm. March 5th, $1,240 at Ashley. Furniture. March 10th, $2,100 at Pottery Barn. March 12th. They'd been planning this for weeks. I scrolled further back. The card history went back 3 years. I'd never checked it. Trusted Tyler to use it responsibly. $240 at Target. February 15th, $180 at Nordstrom. February 8th, $520 at Costco. January 28th. I scrolled faster. The charges blurred together into a continuous stream of spending that had somehow become normal. I added it up. $47,000. In 3 years. Not counting the furniture they'd just bought. My hands weren't steady anymore. I thought about the conversations. The casual mentions of money. How Tyler's salary didn't go as far as it used to. How expensive childcare was. How they were barely making it. Meanwhile, they'd spent $47,000 on my credit card that I'd given them for emergencies. I kept scrolling. $28,000 for their wedding. I'd paid for that. Venue, catering, flowers. Rachel had wanted the best. Tyler had asked so nervously, like he knew it was too much. But Martha had just died. He was grieving. I couldn't say no. $18,000 when Emma was born. Medical bills. Their insurance had changed. Higher deductible. They couldn't afford it. I'd paid. $22,000 when Tyler's car died. They needed reliable transportation, kids in car seats, safety first. I'd paid. $35,000 for the down payment on their rental. Wait, that didn't make sense. You don't make down payments on rentals. I called Tyler, straight to voicemail. I called again, voicemail. I texted, call me. The 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. At work. Call you at lunch? It's 3 p.m. You don't have lunch at 3 p.m. The dots took longer this time. Everything okay? Rachel said you were resting. Call me now. 5 minutes. 10. My phone rang. Dad, hey, what's up? Rachel said you were upset about the furniture. You spent $47,000 on my credit card. Silence. Over 3 years, Dad. That's not that much. Not that much. I gave you that card for emergencies. They were emergencies. Groceries are emergencies when you can't afford them. Nordstrom is not an emergency. That was a birthday gift for Rachel. I was broke. I paid you back. You didn't pay me back. More silence. I meant to. Things have been tight. Where's the $35,000 I gave you for a down payment on a rental? The silence stretched longer this time. That wasn't for the rental. Then what was it for? A business opportunity. Investment thing. It didn't work out. You told me it was for a rental deposit. I told you it was for housing. The investment was supposed to help us buy a house eventually. My jaw hurt. I'd been clenching it without noticing. You lied to me. I didn't lie. I just didn't explain it fully. Where's Martha's jewelry box? Jesus, Dad, is that what this is about? Rachel said you were upset. Where is it? Trash, probably. Dad, it was falling apart. We got you nice new stuff. Your mother's jewelry box, the one her father made. You threw it in the trash. We didn't throw it away. We donated it. Someone else can use it now. It was broken, according to Rachel. It was old, same thing. I sat there on the foam mattress, listening to my son justify throwing away 50 years of memories while I was unconscious. You need to leave. Dad, get your wife. Get your stuff. Get out of my house. You can't be alone. Doctor's orders. I'll manage. You're being ridiculous. We did this to help you. By spending $5,000 of my money without asking, it's not like you're using it. You just sit in that chair reading. You needed an update. That chair, the one Martha used to curl up in next to me, where she'd sit with her tea and her mystery novels, where I'd found her the morning she died. Peaceful, book still open on her lap. That chair. You had no right. Dad, you're not thinking clearly. The surgery, the meds, you're emotional. We'll talk about this when you're feeling better. He hung up. I sat there, clock ticking. Same clock that had been on that wall for 31 years. At least they hadn't thrown that away yet. My phone buzzed. Rachel. Tyler said you're upset. I understand. Change is hard, but you'll feel so much better once you adjust. The new furniture is much better for your posture. 3 exclamation points. I didn't respond. She texted again. I made your favorite chicken dish. Come eat. It wasn't my favorite. Martha made my favorite. Different recipe. Rachel had never asked what I actually liked. Another text. Dad. Then, you need to eat. Doctor said proper nutrition is critical for recovery. I turned off my phone. Sat there in the silence. My side hurt. The incisions pulled when I moved. I was supposed to be resting, taking it easy, following doctor's orders. Instead, I was trying not to put my fist through the particle board dresser. I stood up slowly, walked to the closet. They'd organized it. My shirts on matching hangers, pants folded on shelves. Everything neat, color coordinated. Martha's side was empty. We'd shared a closet for 37 years. Her dresses on the left, my shirts on the right. Her shoe collection that she'd never gotten rid of. My work boots that I'd never gotten rid of. All gone. I opened drawers. They'd kept my clothes, but refolded everything. Martha's method, the way she'd folded shirts since 1985, replaced with some Marie Kondo bullshit. In the back of the bottom drawer, I found one thing they'd missed. A photo. Martha and me. Wedding day. 1986. She's laughing at something. I'm looking at her, not at the camera. At her. The photo was bent, corner folded, like someone had pulled it out of a frame and tossed it aside. I sat on the floor, carefully. The incision screamed, held the photo. The house was quiet, too quiet. Martha used to hum while she cooked, off key. Drove me crazy. I'd give anything to hear it now. I thought about the jewelry box, about the quilt, about my chair, about Tyler's voice on the phone. Irritated, like I was being unreasonable. Maybe I was. Maybe it was just stuff. Maybe Rachel was right. Maybe I was weighing myself down with memories. I looked at the photo again. No, she wasn't right. I pulled out my phone, turned it back on. 16 texts from Rachel. Screenshots of furniture. Links to articles about healthy grieving. One voice memo I didn't listen to. I opened my contacts. Found Margaret's number, Tyler's younger sister. We hadn't talked much since Martha died. She lived in Oregon. Busy with her own life, her own family, but she'd understand. I called. She answered on the 3rd ring. Dad, is everything okay? I told her. All of it. The furniture, the jewelry box, the quilt, the credit card, the lies. She didn't interrupt, didn't make excuses, just listened. When I finished, the silence stretched long. "That son of a bitch." Margaret's voice was cold, flat. "I'm coming out there. You don't have to. I'm coming. Don't let them back in the house. Change the locks if you have to. I'll be there Friday." "Margaret, did they throw away Mom's wedding ring?" The question hit like a punch. Martha's ring. I'd kept it in the jewelry box. Couldn't wear it, couldn't put it away. Just kept it safe. I stood up, walked to the new dresser, opened the cheap organizer from Target. Empty. "Dad?" "I have to go." I hung up. Walked to the kitchen. Rachel was at the table, laptop open, online shopping. "Where's Martha's wedding ring?" She didn't look up. "What?" "Her wedding ring. It was in the jewelry box." "Oh." She clicked something. "I put it somewhere safe. You were just leaving it lying around." "Where?" "My purse, I think. I'll find it later. Dad, come eat. Food's getting cold." I walked to the counter, found her purse, opened it. "Dad, that's private." I dumped it out. Wallet, keys, makeup, receipts, gum. No ring. "Where is it?" Rachel stood up, face flushed. "I told you it's somewhere safe. Stop going through my things. You went through my things while I was in surgery. Now tell me where my wife's ring is." "I don't know. Somewhere. Jesus, Dad, it's just a ring. Insurance covered it." "Insurance? You had it appraised?" Rachel's face changed, just for a second. Guilty. "We needed to know the value. For estate purposes." "What estate purposes?" "When you die, Dad, we have to know what you have. For tax purposes." I stared at her. She stared back. "You're 68. We have to plan ahead." "I'm 73. Whatever. The point is we're trying to help you, but you're making this so difficult." The front door opened. Tyler walked in. Saw us. Saw Rachel's purse dumped on the counter. "What's going on?" "Your wife lost your mother's wedding ring." "I didn't lose it. I put it somewhere safe." Tyler looked between us. Set down his laptop bag. "Dad, you need to calm down. You're recovering. This stress isn't good for you. Tell me where the ring is." "I don't know where it is. Rachel handles that stuff." "She doesn't know either." Tyler turned to Rachel. "You don't know where Mom's ring is?" "It's somewhere. I'll find it." "Where did you see it last?" "I don't remember. I was busy organizing. There was so much stuff. I can't keep track of every little thing." Every little thing. Martha's wedding ring. The one I'd spent 3 months' salary on in 1986. The one she'd worn every day for 37 years until her fingers got too swollen from the cancer treatment. Every little thing. "Get out." Tyler shook his head. "Dad, both of you, get out of my house." "You're not well." The doctor said I needed rest. "Not thieves in my home." "Thieves?" Rachel's voice went shrill. "We're not thieves. We're family." "Family doesn't steal." "We didn't steal anything. We upgraded your furniture. We organized. We've been working ourselves to death trying to help you." "I didn't ask for your help." "You needed it. This place was a museum. Every room filled with her stuff. You were drowning in the past." "It's my past. My house. My stuff." "Actually," Tyler said quietly, "we should talk about that." Something in his tone made my stomach drop. "Talk about what?" "The house. Your finances." "Dad, you're not getting any younger. Have you thought about what happens if you can't take care of yourself?" "I can take care of myself." "For now. But what about next year? 5 years? What if you fall? What if you have another surgery and there's complications?" "Then I'll deal with it." "How?" "You're alone. No support system. Margaret's in Oregon. We're the only family you have here." The only family. Martha's words from 3 years ago, when she was dying, made me promise to stay close to the kids. Don't shut them out. They'll need you. I'd promised. She hadn't known. Couldn't have known. Or maybe she did. Maybe that's why she'd made me promise. "What are you saying, Tyler?" He glanced at Rachel. Some silent communication. "We think you should consider moving." "Moving where?" "Somewhere smaller. Easier to maintain. Maybe assisted living." I'm not going to assisted living. Not now. Eventually. But in the meantime, this house is just sitting here. 4 bedrooms. You use 1. Maybe 2 if we count the living room. So it's inefficient. And the market's good right now. You could sell, put the money somewhere safe, use it for care down the road. There it was. You want me to sell my house. We want you to be practical. You're sitting on $350,000. Maybe $400, just sitting here. That's not smart. Where would I live? With us? We'd find a bigger place. You'd have your own room. The kids would love having Grandpa around. I looked at Rachel. She was nodding, smiling. Like this was a generous offer. You can't afford a bigger place? We could if we had a down payment. From selling my house. It would be your contribution to the family. We'd take care of you. You'd be safe, supervised. Supervised. Like a child. Like a patient. And if I say no, Tyler's face hardened. Dad, be reasonable. You can barely climb the stairs. Your knees are shot. Your back's a mess. How long before you fall and break a hip? Then what? You'll end up in a nursing home anyway, but there won't be any money left for a good one. My knees are fine. My back is fine. You're 73. Nothing's fine. I wanted to argue, but my side hurt. My legs hurt. The surgery had taken more out of me than I'd admitted. Maybe he was right. Maybe I was being stubborn. I need to think about it. Of course. No pressure. We're just planting the seed. Rachel started putting things back in her purse. Careful not to look at me. In the meantime, Tyler said, we'll stay here. Help you recover. Give you time to see how nice it could be. Having family around. I said get out. Dad, I changed my mind. You can stay. But tomorrow, we're going to the bank. The bank? To review my accounts. All of them, with the manager. Tyler's jaw tightened. That's not necessary. It is to me. Fine, whatever, if that's what it takes. He walked out of the kitchen, headed to the guest room. Rachel followed, paused at the doorway. This is why we're worried about you, Dad. You're paranoid, suspicious. That's a sign of cognitive decline. We're just trying to help. She closed the door. I stood in the kitchen. My kitchen. The one I'd remodeled in 1994. Martha had picked out the cabinets. Fought with me about the color. She'd won. She'd been right. Everything looked the same, but it felt different. Invaded. I checked the clock. 7:30 p.m. Margaret wouldn't be here until Friday. 3 days. 3 days with them in my house. I walked to the front door, checked the lock. Then I went to my bedroom. The new bedroom. Locked that door too. Sat on the foam mattress, pulled out my phone. Found the photo I'd taken years ago. Digital backup of important papers, just in case. My will, my accounts, my deed. Everything in my name, nothing in Tyler's. I'd never added him. Martha had suggested it once. For simplicity, she'd said. In case something happens. I'd said no, not yet. Felt too much like giving up. Now I was grateful. I opened my email, started a new message. To Margaret. Attached the photo. If something happens to me, this is where everything is. Don't let Tyler handle it. I hit send. Then I lay back on the cheap mattress, stared at the ceiling. The house creaked. Same sounds it had always made. But tonight they sounded different. Tonight they sounded like someone else's house. I thought about Martha, about the promise I'd made. Stay close to the kids. I'd tried. God, I'd tried. But Martha had been wrong. Sometimes the people who hurt you most are the ones you're supposed to love. Sometimes family is just another word for betrayal. I closed my eyes. Tomorrow, the bank. Then we'd see how committed Tyler was to helping me. The bank manager's name was Patricia, mid-50s, professional. She'd handled my accounts for 8 years. She looked at the credit card statement I'd printed out. All 37 pages. Tyler sat next to me. Quiet. Face neutral. Patricia flipped through the pages. Slowly. Mr. Sullivan, were you aware of these charges? Not until yesterday. She looked at Tyler. You're authorized on this account? For emergencies. My father gave me access. These charges go back 3 years. That's a lot of emergencies. Tyler's face flushed. Family expenses. We've had some difficult years. Did your father approve these charges? He gave me the card. That's approval. Patricia looked at me. Mr. Sullivan, do you want to keep this account open? No. Dad, close it. Issue me a new card. No authorized users. Patricia nodded, started typing. Tyler's jaw worked. This is ridiculous. I'm your son. You gave me that card. I didn't steal anything. You spent $47,000 without asking. Over 3 years, that's nothing. Patricia kept typing. Didn't look up. Mr. Sullivan, I'm going to recommend we review all your accounts. Make sure everything is secure. Yes, thank you. We spent 2 hours there, going through every account, every automatic payment, every authorized user. Tyler's name was everywhere. Joint on checking, authorized on savings, backup on investment accounts. I'd added him 3 years ago, when Martha got sick. Just in case. Emergency planning. He'd never used it. Until now. I removed his name from everything. Patricia printed out the new signature cards. I signed. Tyler sat there, silent, fuming. You're making a mistake, he said when we got to the car. What if something happens? What if you have another emergency? I'll handle it. How? You can barely drive. I drove us here. Barely. We drove home in silence. Rachel was waiting. The kids were there. Emma and Connor, 6 and 4. Grandpa! Emma ran up, hugged my legs. It hurt, but I hugged her back. Hey, sweetheart. Mommy said you're sick. Are you okay? I'm fine. Just had surgery. What surgery? Doctors fixed something inside me. Did it hurt? A little. Connor toddled over, held up his arms. I picked him up, slowly. My side screamed. Hi, buddy. He patted my face, smiled. These kids. They hadn't done anything wrong. They were innocent. But they were Tyler and Rachel's, and Tyler and Rachel wanted my house. I set Connor down. Rachel, can we talk? She looked up from her phone, smiled. Of course. We went to the kitchen. Tyler followed. I want Martha's ring. Today. Rachel's smile faded. I told you, I'll find it. That's not good enough. Find it. Now. Dad, Tyler said, you're being unreasonable. Shut up. He blinked. I'd never told him to shut up. Not once in 35 years. Martha's ring. Now. Rachel stood up, face red. Fine. Fine. I'll look for it. But I'm not a miracle worker. There's so much stuff. You had 4 days. My entire house. Find the ring. She stormed out. I heard her in the guest room, opening drawers, slamming them. Tyler stood there. You went to the bank. Yes. You took me off your accounts. Yes. Why? You know why. Because I used a credit card you gave me. Because you spent $47,000 without asking. Because you lied about what the money was for. Because you're planning to put me in a home and sell my house. Nobody said home. We said assisted living. Eventually. Same thing. It's not. And we're not planning anything. We're preparing. That's responsible. What's responsible is asking, not deciding for me while I'm unconscious. Tyler looked at his hands. Mom would want us to take care of you. Your mother would want you to respect me. We do respect you. You threw away her jewelry box. It was falling apart. It was fine. You wanted space for your own things, so you threw away ours. Tyler's face hardened. This is what I'm talking about. You're not thinking clearly. You're obsessing over objects. That's not healthy. I'm obsessing over my dead wife's belongings that you threw in the trash. We donated them. You told Rachel to throw the quilt away. She said so. Because it was falling apart. One hole. Martha was going to fix it. Martha's dead. She's not going to fix anything. The words hung in the air. Tyler's face changed. Realized what he'd said. Dad, get out. I didn't mean, get your wife, get your kids, get out of my house. Dad, please. Now. Rachel came back, hands empty. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I looked everywhere. It's just gone. Then you're paying for it. $3,000. What? That's what it cost. 1986. Adjust for inflation, probably $8,000 now. You lost it. You pay for it. I'm not paying for some old ring. Then find it. I can't. I told you. You lost it. That's theft. I can call the police. Let them search. Rachel looked at Tyler, panicked. Tyler stepped forward. Dad, stop. You're being irrational. Rachel made a mistake. It's just a ring. It's worth everything. I pulled out my phone, dialed. What are you doing? Calling the police. Reporting a theft. Tyler grabbed my phone. I stared at him. He stared back. Then he dropped the phone, stepped away. Jesus Christ. Fine, we'll look again, but you need to calm down. This isn't normal. What's not normal is stealing from your father. We didn't steal. Then find the ring. Emma started crying. Connor joined her. Rachel scooped them up, glared at me. Look what you're doing. You're scaring them. Your own grandchildren. She was right. I was scaring them. I was scaring myself. But I couldn't stop. Find the ring or get out. Rachel carried the kids to the guest room, slammed the door. Tyler stood there. You've changed. No, I haven't. I've just stopped pretending. Pretending what? That this is normal, that you care about me, that you're not just waiting for me to die so you can sell my house. That's not true. Then tell me, honestly, if I offered you this house right now, signed it over, would you put me in assisted living? Tyler's face flickered. Just for a second. That was answer enough. Thought so. I walked to my bedroom, locked the door, sat on the foam mattress. My phone buzzed. Text from Margaret. Landing Friday 2 p.m. Don't sign anything. I responded, I won't. Then I lay back, stared at the ceiling. In the other room, I could hear them, talking, low voices, arguing. Rachel's voice got louder. Can't just kick us out. Tyler's response, too quiet to hear. Rachel again. Not competent. That word, competent. They thought I wasn't competent. I sat up, grabbed my phone, searched for cognitive testing, found a clinic, took appointments, called. Yes, hi. I need a cognitive evaluation, as soon as possible. The receptionist sounded confused. Are you being referred by a doctor? No. I'm referring myself. May I ask why? My son thinks I'm incompetent. I'm going to prove him wrong. Silence. I can get you in tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Perfect. I hung up. Felt better. Clearer. They wanted to play games? Fine. I knew how to play too. The cognitive evaluation took 3 hours. Memory tests, pattern recognition, problem solving, motor skills. The neuropsychologist was thorough. Mr. Sullivan, I have to ask, why are you here? My son thinks I'm declining. I'm proving I'm not. She nodded. Wrote something. Any history of dementia in your family? No. How's your memory, day to day? Fine. I remember everything I want to remember. Any confusion? Forgetting appointments? Getting lost? No. She ran more tests. At the end, she smiled. Mr. Sullivan, your scores are excellent. Top percentile for your age group. No signs of cognitive decline. No memory impairment. You're sharp as a tack. Can you put that in writing? Of course. I'll have a report ready by end of week. I need it tomorrow. She hesitated. I can expedite it, but there's a rush fee. I don't care. She printed out a preliminary summary, signed it. This is unofficial, but it states you show no signs of impairment. The full report will be ready tomorrow. I took the paper, folded it carefully. Thank you. Drove home. Tyler and Rachel were in the living room, on the new couch, kids watching TV. I walked in, handed Tyler the paper. What's this? Cognitive evaluation. Read it. He unfolded it. Read. Face went pale. You went to a neuropsychologist? You said I wasn't competent. I proved you wrong. Rachel grabbed the paper. Read it. This doesn't prove anything. You could have cheated. You can't cheat a cognitive test. You could have studied, prepared. I laughed. Couldn't help it. You really think I'm that far gone? That I'd spend thousands on furniture but not notice? That I'd forget where my wife's ring is but remember to cheat on a neurological exam? Tyler set down the paper. Dad, we never said you weren't competent. We said we were worried. You told Rachel I wasn't thinking clearly, that I was paranoid, that I was declining. I heard you. You were listening? It's my house. I'll listen if I want. Rachel stood up. This is exactly what we mean. You're paranoid, suspicious, eavesdropping on private conversations. You're in my living room. That's not private. We have a right to discuss our concerns about me, behind my back, in my house, while stealing my things. We didn't steal. Then where's the ring? Emma started crying again. Connor joined. Rachel picked them up. We're leaving. Good. Tyler stood. Dad, this isn't over. You need help, whether you admit it or not. I need help? From the son who stole $50,000? Borrowed. I borrowed it. Without asking. That's stealing. I was going to pay you back. When? After I'm dead and you sell my house? Tyler's face went red. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. Same thing with you, apparently. They packed. Took 30 minutes. Loaded the car. Emma hugged me before they left. Bye, Grandpa. I love you. I love you too, sweetie. Connor waved. I waved back. Tyler didn't look at me. Rachel did. You're making a mistake. You'll die alone. Maybe, but it'll be in my own house, surrounded by my own things. She laughed, cold. What things? We threw them away, remember? Then she got in the car. They drove away. I stood in the driveway, watched until they turned the corner. Then I went inside. The house was quiet. Too quiet. I walked through it, room by room. Living room, new couch, new coffee table, nothing of mine. Kitchen, same cabinets, but empty spaces where Martha's things had been. Bedroom, foam mattress, particle board dresser. I sat on the couch, the new couch. It was comfortable. I had to admit that. But it wasn't mine. None of this was mine anymore. I pulled out my phone, called Margaret. They left. Good. I'm still coming. You don't have to. I'm coming. We need to fix this. There's nothing to fix. It's done. Dad. Her voice was firm. I'm coming. Friday, 2 p.m. Don't argue. She hung up. I sat there. The house creaked. Same sounds, but lonelier now. I thought about Rachel's words. You'll die alone. Maybe she was right. Maybe I would. But at least I'd die with dignity. Friday, 2:17 p.m. Margaret walked in without knocking. She still had a key from when she'd lived here 20 years ago, before college. She looked around, face tight. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they really did redecorate. Everything. She walked to the mantel. Empty now, except for the new clock they'd bought. Where are Mom's pictures? Storage, supposedly. They won't tell me where. Margaret's jaw clenched. I'm going to kill him. Get in line. She turned to me, looked me up and down. How are you feeling? Really? Tired, sore, angry. Good. Use it. She sat on the new couch, pulled out her laptop. I did some research on the flight. You need a lawyer. Already called one. Good. When? Monday. What are you going to do? Change my will. Make it ironclad. Tyler gets nothing. Margaret nodded. Do you have financial power of attorney assigned? No. Do it. Assign me. So if something happens, he can't swoop in. Okay. Medical power of attorney? No. Same thing. Assign me. She typed something. I'm going to send you some links. Estate attorney, elder law specialist, people who know how to protect you. Margaret, I'm not a child. I know. But Tyler's treating you like one. We need to make sure he can't. She was right. Thanks. Don't thank me. This is what family does. Real family. She looked around again. Do you want to keep this stuff? The furniture? No. Good. We're selling it. What? Craigslist. Facebook Marketplace. Donate what doesn't sell. Then we're getting your furniture back. They donated it. It's gone. Where? Goodwill, I think. Margaret stood. Which Goodwill? I don't know. She pulled out her phone, started calling. Hi, yes, I'm looking for items donated about a week ago. Leather recliner, oak dresser, possibly a wooden jewelry box. She called 6 locations. On the 7th, she stopped. You have it? The recliner? She looked at me. Brown leather? Worn on the arms? I nodded. Yes, that's it. Can you hold it? I'll be there in 20 minutes. She hung up. Get your coat. Margaret, get your coat. We're getting your chair back. We drove to Goodwill. Margaret paid the $45 they wanted for the recliner. I sat in it right there in the store. It felt like coming home. The kid working there looked confused. You want us to load it? Yes, Margaret said, and anything else that came in with it. They found the side table, the bookshelf. Not Martha's jewelry box, not the quilt, but some things, important things. We loaded them in Margaret's rental truck, drove back, set up my chair in the living room, right where it had been. I sat in it. Margaret sat on the floor. Better? Yeah. We sat there, quiet. I'm sorry, she said finally. For what? For not being here after Mom died? I should have checked on you more. You have your own life. You're my dad. I should have made time. You're here now. She nodded. I'm here now, and I'm not leaving until we fix this. We spent the weekend clearing out the new furniture. Sold most of it, donated the rest, got my house back. Piece by piece. Not everything. The quilt was gone. The jewelry box was gone. But enough. Monday morning, we went to the lawyer. His name was Richard. Late 60s, experienced. He listened to everything, took notes. Mr. Sullivan, I'm going to be blunt. Your son committed financial exploitation. You could press charges. I don't want to press charges. I just want to protect myself. Understandable. Here's what we'll do. He laid it out. New will, trust, powers of attorney, healthcare directives, everything buttoned up, everything protected. Your son won't be able to access anything, even if something happens to you. Good. We signed papers, lots of papers. Margaret witnessed everything. When we finished, Richard handed me a folder. Keep this somewhere safe. Give a copy to Margaret. If Tyler tries anything, call me immediately. Thank you. We left. Margaret flew home Wednesday. Call me if anything happens. Anything. I will. I mean it, Dad. Don't try to handle this alone. I won't. She hugged me. Hard. I love you. I love you too. She left. I went inside. The house was quiet, but it was my quiet now. I sat in my chair, the real one, pulled out my phone. Text from Tyler. Dad, we need to talk. I deleted it. Another text. You can't ignore me forever. Delete. Another. Emma keeps asking about you. That one hurt, but I deleted it too. I wasn't ignoring him forever, just until he apologized. Really apologized. Not the fake kind, the real kind, where he admitted what he'd done, what he'd planned. I wasn't holding my breath. 3 weeks later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Hello? Mr. Sullivan? This is Linda from St. Mary's Hospital. Your son Tyler was brought in an hour ago. Car accident. He's asking for you. My chest went cold. Is he okay? Stable. Broken leg. Concussion. He'll be fine. But he's very insistent about seeing you. I'm on my way. I drove to the hospital, hands shaking. Tyler was in a room on the 3rd floor, leg in a cast, bandage on his head. He looked small, vulnerable. Dad? Hey, you came. Of course I came. He started crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything." I sat down, slowly. "Tell me what you're sorry for. The furniture, the money, the credit card, planning to sell your house, all of it. Why'd you do it?" He wiped his face. "Because I'm broke. We're broke. Have been for years. I thought if I could just get access to your money, I could fix everything. Fix us. By stealing from me. By borrowing. I was going to pay you back. When? I don't know. Eventually." He looked at his hands. "Rachel kept saying you didn't need it, that you were just sitting on all this money, all this space, that it was wasted, and I started to believe her." "Do you still believe her?" Silence. "No. Maybe. I don't know." He looked up. "I'm a failure, Dad. As a husband, a father, a son. I can't provide for my family, can't manage money, can't do anything right. So you decided to take mine?" "I decided to survive, and I didn't care who I hurt to do it." At least he was honest. "Where's the ring?" Tyler's face crumpled. "Rachel sold it 2 weeks ago. Pawn shop. Got $800. $800. For Martha's ring. Can we get it back?" "I tried. They already sold it. It's gone. Gone. Like the quilt. Like the jewelry box. Like everything." "I'll pay you back," Tyler said quickly. "However much it costs. I'll get another ring, exact same one. It won't be the same. I know. But I'll try. I'll do whatever it takes." I sat there, looked at my son. Broken leg, broken life. Part of me wanted to forgive him. Part of me wanted to walk out and never come back. "I need time, okay? Don't call me, don't text, don't visit. When I'm ready, I'll reach out." "How long?" "I don't know." Tyler nodded, fresh tears. "I understand." I stood up. "Tyler." "Yeah?" "Get help, real help. Therapy, financial counseling, marriage counseling, whatever it takes. Because next time I see you, I want to see someone who's actually changed. Not just sorry. Changed." "I will. I promise." I walked out, drove home, sat in my chair. The house was quiet, but it was mine. And for now, that was enough. 6 months later, knock on my door. I opened it. Tyler, Emma, Connor. No Rachel. "Hi, Dad." "Hi. Can we come in?" I looked at them. The kids were bigger. Emma had lost a tooth. "Where's Rachel?" "We separated 2 months ago." "I'm sorry." "Don't be. It needed to happen." I stepped aside. They came in. Emma ran to the chair. "Grandpa, your chair's back." "Yeah, got it back. It's better than the other one." "I think so too." Connor climbed up. I sat down, let him settle on my lap. Tyler stood there, awkward. "I've been going to therapy. Every week." "Good. And financial counseling. Dave Ramsey program." "How's that going?" "Hard. We're on a strict budget, no credit cards, cash only. It's humbling." "I bet." "I paid off my debts. Took 6 months. Sold almost everything. Downsized to a 2-bedroom. How are the kids handling it?" "Better than expected. Turns out they don't care about stuff, just want stability." He sat on the couch. The old couch, not the new one. "I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm just asking for a chance, to show you I've changed." "What does that look like?" "I don't know. Whatever you want. We can visit, just visit. No agenda, no asking for money, just be family." I looked at Emma, at Connor. They didn't deserve to lose their grandfather because their parents screwed up. "Okay. Okay. You can visit. Weekly, Sundays, 2 hours. We'll see how it goes." Tyler's face crumpled. Relief. "Thank you." "Don't thank me yet. First visit you ask for money. We're done." "I won't. I promise." We sat there, awkward. Emma broke the silence. "Grandpa, can you tell us about Grandma?" I looked at her, 6 years old, barely remembered Martha. "What do you want to know?" "Everything." So I told her. About the day I met Martha, about our first date, about the wedding, about this house, about the quilt, about the jewelry box. Emma listened, eyes wide. I wish I could have known her. Me too, sweetie. Me too. Tyler wiped his eyes. I'm sorry I threw away her things. I know. I can't fix it. No. But you can do better going forward. I will. I am. We'll see. But for now, for today, it was enough. They stayed for 2 hours. Left when I said it was time. Tyler hugged me at the door. See you next Sunday? Yeah, next Sunday. They left. I closed the door, walked to my chair, sat down. The house was quiet, but not empty. Not anymore. I thought about Martha, about her promise. Stay close to the kids. I'd tried, failed, tried again. Maybe that was enough. Maybe that's all any of us could do. I pulled out my phone, looked at the bent photo. Martha laughing, me looking at her. I'm trying, I told her. I'm still trying. The house creaked. Same sounds it had always made, but tonight they sounded like home. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments to listen to more stories. Click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.